Live from Joliet, Illinois, and the campus of the University of St. Francis here inside the Sullivan Center. It's time for Fighting Saints basketball. The 17th ranked Saints today take on the Cardinal Stritch University Wolves in a big CCAC matchup. Welcome to the broadcast. Terry Bonadonna here along with you for 40 minutes of hoops action. Saints come in at 15-7, Cardinal Stritch 14-7. They have met up once before this year, and St. Francis was victorious in that game back in November by a final of 76-70. Today they do battle in Joliet, and the Saints looking to make it a season sweep. They're in gold, going from right to left here in the first quarter. The Wolves are in black, going from left to right. It is Paige Gieske against Kelly Schrouth on the tip, and won by the freshman Gieske of St. Francis. They take the first possession of the game. Kamari Jordan in possession of the ball. Ivana Markovic along with her in the backcourt. Paige Gieske, Caitlin Aylward, and Nicole Davidson are in the front court tonight. 5 seconds gone off the shot clock so far. Swung around to the right side. Ivana Markovic down in the corner to Aylward. Caitlin Aylward passes into the corner. Markovic down low. Aylward, nice move to get around the defender, up and in. Nice move. Caitlin Aylward scores the first 2 points of the game. St. Francis has the quick lead. Aylward averaging just a shade under 16 points per game so far this season. Cardinal Stritch gets their first chance with the ball. Sam Kirk, Tamia Stotts, Lainey Buzan in the backcourt. The forwards are Maria Wiltsius and the star of the Wolves, Kelly Schrouth, leading the team in points and rebounds this year. This is Wiltsius on the drive, banks it up, no good. Offensive rebound, and Cardinal Stritch will try it again. There's Schrouth from about 10 feet away. Off the mark, rebound by Gieske, who starts to run but slows it down across the timeline. Just over a minute gone in the game, and a good start for St. Francis with a 2-0 advantage. Here's Kamari Jordan. Aylward guarded on the outside by Schrouth, puts it on the floor and passes off to Davidson. Aylward gets it back, long two, a little bit too strong. Rebound goes to Tamia Stotts. Wolves are on the move. Right side, Wiltsius, back to Stotts. Down low, it's Aylward deflecting the pass away from Schrouth, but picking up the loose ball and drawing the foul is the junior guard, Lainey Buzan. Ivana Markovic called for the foul, and that's the game's first, 1:35 seconds in. A near steal for Aylward and the Saints. Frustrating development there as they were unable to take the ball away, and then battling for that loose ball, Ivana Markovic is whistled for the foul. Wiltsius trying to get it in, having some trouble. It's deflected by Jordan and picked out of the air by Paige Gieske. Gieske ahead for Davidson, layup, no, but a foul. Nice defense twice in a row. St. Francis comes away with a deflection off of a Wolves pass. This foul is called on Lainey Buzan. Her first and the team's first, and Nicole Davidson is at the free throw line for 2 shots. First free throw rims out. Davidson coming off of one of the better games of her collegiate career. In a win against Roosevelt on Saturday, had a double-double with 11 points and 17 rebounds. She's got her first point of today's game. Saints lead by 3. Still early, just 2 minutes into the action here. It's Tamia Stotts walking it off to the left. Up top, Wiltsius, long jumper, too strong. Rebound tipped by Schrouth to herself. Nice work by the senior Kelly Schrouth. Here's Wiltsius inside. Nice ball movement by the Wolves. Back out to Kirk. Sam Kirk lobs it low, and Schrouth is there to receive and lay it in. Pass a little bit too high for for Caitlin Aylward. Aylward's been fronting Schrouth in the early going. It led to a deflection a couple of possessions ago, but this time not able to make the stop. Here's Aylward off the cut. Good find. Kamari Jordan, and Aylward lays it in. Very nice possession for the Fighting Saints as they maintain the lead and extend it by 2. Here's Tamia Stotts off to Sam Kirk. Wiltsius on the outside. Here's an open 3-point look from the left wing. It drops for Lainey Buzan. And we're tied at 5. First tie score of the evening after the Saints had led it for the first couple of minutes. Kamari Jordan looking to answer, and does. Jordan for 3. Kamari Jordan just 5 off make that 6 off. The Saints all-time 3-point lead. Figure it's just a matter of time. She'll get it over the next couple of games. And she's got her first tonight as Tamia Stotts drives around a pair of defenders, makes a nice move, but can't finish at the rim. Ball rolled around and just couldn't fall for Stotts. So it's the Saints' possession here. Ivana Markovic on the right. Elward back to Markovic. 13 seconds off the shot clock so far. Here's Kamari Jordan. She hit the three on the last possession. Now Jordan drives around Sam Kirk, spins out to Davidson. Long two, no. Rebounded by Stotts. Tamia Stotts up top to Buzan. Back to Sam Kirk. Kelly Schrouth was all alone inside as she received that pass from Maria Wiltsius, but she shoved Caitlin Elward out of the way. That's how she got so open. Schrouth called for the foul. It's her first. It's the second on the team, and it's a turnover. Saints basketball. 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Here is Kamari Jordan at the midcourt circle, walking it slowly down the floor, and now low Nicole Davidson. Saints letting everybody touch the ball on this possession. It's Davidson in the post. And a whistle blows as Davidson fired a pass outside to Kamari Jordan. She was bumped, and a foul called on Lainey Buzan, her second. So that's a costly one, just 4+ minutes into the game. Buzan's going to have to check out at the next whistle already. And maybe out the rest of the half. Ivana Markovic off to Paige Gieske. Gieske on the drive, lays it in. Paige Gieske going strong to the rim. 5-point lead, St. Francis. And Gieske has got her first 2 points. 4 of the 5 players on the floor now put their names on the scoreboard for St. Francis. Wiltius inside looking for Schrouth, and again it's deflected away by Caitlin Elward. Gieske outside Markovic. Jordan back to Markovic, thought about it. Instead she bounces low for Davidson. Davidson finds Elward underneath the basket, one dribble, and she lays it in. Caitlin Elward had a good mismatch, and Nicole Davidson found it. Elward's got 6 points. 7-0 run for the Fighting Saints. Drive from Buzan, and she double dribbled. I don't know if the ball slipped out of her hands or if she just lost track of what she was doing on the floor, but she pulled up in the paint and then just started dribbling again. So now Buzan will check out. We've got a substitute for Cardinal Stritch. 2 fouls for Lainey Buzan. So Nicole Marquardt, sophomore from Neenah, Wisconsin, checks in. 7-point lead for the Saints to break a 5-5 tie. They've scored every point since. Paige Gieske for 3, a little bit short. Following her own miss, can't quite get the rebound as Maria Wiltsius cuts her off. Down low to Marquardt, going up against Davidson. Now a double team. Out to Wiltsius. Open 3. Short. She gets her own rebound. Back up with it. No. Rebound tipped around, and Aylward pulls it in. Cardinal Stritch really struggling on offense right now, and the Saints can take advantage. Kamari Jordan to the rim. No. Rebounded by Wiltsius. 4 minutes to play, first quarter. Sam Kirk, deep 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Markovic, who's immediately fouled by Tamia Stotts. Sloppy foul by the sophomore guard Stotts right there. Carelessly reaching in after the rebound, and it's the 4th team foul. The next one will send the Saints to the free throw line. It is just the first on Stotts. Substitutions for St. Francis, Andriana Acosta and Maddie Kennedy both enter the game for the first time. Alicia Gutierrez is out there for John Foffel's Wolves of Cardinal Stritch. 15 seconds to shoot. It's Markovic on the outside, winging it over to Caitlin Aylward. Kamari Jordan up top, and we've got a whistle. 3 seconds down low on Acosta, I believe. It's turnover for St. Francis. Turnovers, though, have been few and far between for the Saints here in the first period. They've done a good job protecting the ball. So they've come up empty on their last few possessions. Still leading by 7. This is Gutierrez. Up top, Marquardt. Down into the corner, it's Tamia Stotts. Stotts dribbles a couple of times, passes to Kirk. Down low, Marquardt is fouled. Maddie Kennedy came in from behind trying to rip the ball away. Kennedy thought that maybe she had gotten a tie-up, but according to the official, she got more arm than ball, so it is a foul on Kennedy, first on her, second on the team. And Kirk inbounds it to Gutierrez. Alicia Gutierrez from just behind the free throw line puts the ball on the floor, trying to get around Acosta, throws one up, misses, battle for the rebound, and we got a tie-up now. It'll stay with Cardinal Stritch. Cardinal Stritch hasn't had much going on the offensive end so far, but they've done a good job keeping possessions alive with offensive rebounds early. They've got 3 of them. If you include that play right there, that would be number 4. I guess that technically was not an offensive rebound, but it was a 50-50 ball, and with the possession arrow facing the Wolves, they'll get another chance here. The inbound will come from Sam Kirk, sophomore from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, Wilmot High School. Kirk averaging 5 points per game this year for Cardinal Stritch. Inbounds it to Marquardt. Tamia Stotts. Down to the right side, looking across court. It's Kirk once again. She'll try the 3 in the face of Caitlin Aylward, and it's no good. Rebounded by Kennedy, immediately stripped and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Cardinal Stritch again. Nice play by Gutierrez. She whacked the ball out of the hands of Maddie Kennedy, and then it hit off the leg of Kennedy before it went out. So I believe this will be the 4th chance on this possession for Cardinal Stritch after it looked like Kennedy had finally secured a rebound for the Saints. Here's Gutierrez for 3, yes. They give a team enough chances, eventually they're gonna make you pay, and that's what happened with Cardinal Stritch right there. They snap a scoring drought of about 5 minutes. Get back on the board and cut the deficit to 4. Saints going through a bit of a drought of their own. That snaps a 7-0 run as Kennedy dribbles once, gets inside the 3-point line and misses the baseline jumper. Rebounded by Cardinal Stritch, and they can make it a 1-score game here as Tamia Stotts gets inside the perimeter and kicks it back out to Alicia Gutierrez. Gutierrez backs up, and a whistle blows. 3 in the key. So each team has one of those calls against them now. Kara Shimko is into the game. Cardinal Stritch will make another substitution as well as Marquardt sits down and Jayla Harris comes on. Ivana Markovic passes across half court to Maddie Kennedy. Kennedy into the corner for Aylward. 3-pointer, no. Rebound to Cardinal Stritch. Saints struggling from the outside in the early going today. Lob down low for Schrouth. Acosta right on top of her, and she commits the foul as Schrouth puts it in, and now a chance for a 3-point play. They've been trying to find Kelly Schrouth inside throughout this first quarter. Overall, the Saints have done a good job of containing her, but that time she was able to catch the pass down low and got the contact from Acosta. She misses the free throw. So it is just a 2-point play, but now it's just a 2-point game. 12-10, Saints basketball. Haven't hit one in 4 minutes. Markovic at the top. Looking to her right has Maddie Kennedy all alone, but she passes up on the shot, going down low instead for Aylward, who has an open layup. Nice pass right there by Maddie Kennedy, had a wide open 3. But with the defense trying to adjust and get out to cover her, they left Aylward alone underneath. And Kennedy made a nice find to give Aylward a chance for her 7th and 8th points to lead all scorers so far in today's game. This is Gutierrez drawing the contact, no foul, and she forces one up, can't connect. And another held ball. Possession arrow goes to St. Francis. Saints came away with the rebound. Acosta bottled it up. And again, I think there was Gutierrez who reached in. She's sneaky. Forced a couple of those. This time it is Saints basketball. Up by 4, under a minute to play in the quarter. Kamari Jordan on the left side. Bounces once and passes out to Kennedy. Markovic back to Jordan. Markovic fires the 3, no good. Rebounded by Tamia Stotts. Shot clock is off for Stotts and company here. Outside 3 ball. No good from Kara Shimko. And Acosta comes down with a loose ball. 17 seconds to play in the quarter. See if the Saints hold for the final shot. Cardinal Stritch elected not to. But Kamari Jordan will back it up. 8 seconds now. She starts to make her move. Step back jumper, 2-point range, no good. Rebound to Cardinal Stritch. They got 2 seconds on the clock. Stotts ahead to Shimko, who can't get it off. So the first quarter comes to a close. St. Francis started hot, got cold, scoring just 2 points over the final 5.5 minutes. But they do go into the second period with the lead, 14-10, St. Francis. I'll step aside for a quick moment. Back with the second period in just a bit. Second quarter action here at the Sullivan Center. The Saints lead the Wolves 14-10 after the first 10 minutes of play. St. Francis got off to a hot start. Scored just 2 points over the final 5+ minutes. Cardinal Stritch consistently tried to get the ball inside to Kelly Schroth without a whole lot of success. She did have 4 points in the first quarter, but it was St. Francis's center who did the heavy lifting. Caitlin Aylward, 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting so far in the game. Cardinal Stritch ball to start the second period. It's Tamia Stotts walking it down the floor. Acosta, Aylward, Kennedy, Jordan, and Markovic on the floor for Steve Brooks' Fighting Saints. Lob down low. Open inside is Harris, but she can't finish. Looking to make it a 2-point game. Instead, it's the Saints' possession now. Maddie Kennedy on the right wing. Up to Caitlin Aylward. She fires in the corner for Ivana Markovic. Here's Kamari Jordan, putting the ball behind her back, getting around a couple of defenders and flipping it up and in. Nice move by Kamari Jordan there. It looked like she may have traveled at the last moment, but it wasn't called, and she's able to finish up. 5 points for Jordan. Alicia Gutierrez up top to Mia Stotts. Over to the right side, Shimko, step back 3. Shimko has been off so far today. Markovic gets the rebound and draws the foul. Cardinal Stritch, not a big 3-point shooting team. Kara Shimko, one of the few players who will throw them up consistently. 53 of her 67 shots this year coming in were from 3-point range, and she shoots them at 40%. But she's missed on her first few attempts in this game. Foul was called on Jayla Harris. It's her first. Harris playing a few extra first half minutes here with Lainey Buzan on the bench. She picked up her second foul less than 5 minutes in. Here's Paige Gieske. Over to Markovic, 4 on the shot clock. She hits the 3. Ivana Markovic has gotten much better as an outside shooter as this season has progressed. That is the 25th 3-pointer she's knocked down this year, hitting them at 33%. 9-point lead for St. Francis. It's their largest of the game. On the drive, Schrouth into a sea of defenders, somehow rolls it in. Timeout called by Cardinal Stritch. That basket by Schrouth snaps what had been a 7-0 St. Francis run. It had been their second 7-0 run of this young game. Give them their biggest lead so far at 9. It's now 7, 19-12. Cardinal Stritch shooting just 5 of 18 from the field. St. Francis at 50%. They've hit 8 of their 16 shots. And they've only turned the ball over twice. Cardinal Stritch has turned the ball over 5 times so far in the game. So in some ways, St. Francis really could be ahead by more, but they aren't. 7 points, looking pretty good right now, 12 minutes into the game. Kelly Schroff now has 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Saints have not been able to stop her generally when she's gotten the ball in the post, but they've been able to prevent her from getting that ball more often than not. Caitlin Aylward has primarily done a good job guarding her, stepping in front and knocking a couple of passes away. But Schroff is about as good as it gets in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Association. 20.5 points per game this year, and incredibly shoots 68% from the field. Today she's 3 of 4. 3 of 4 is pretty good, but it's barely above average for her. Saints basketball, it's Paige Gieske. Markovic back to Gieske, left side, Acosta. Adriana Acosta gets it back to Gieske. Saints moving the ball around the perimeter. Now down low, Acosta goes up over Schrouth. No, trying to tip her own rebound. The ball up in the air, a battle for it, won by Jayla Harris. Nice work by Harris to come out of the fray with the rebound. Stritch basketball. Left side, this is Stotts. 3-point attempt, Shimko way off. Shimko is just off today. 0-3 from beyond the arc, a 40% shooter. And that one was as open as could be from dead on. And she didn't even get the rim off to the right as it went out of bounds. Acosta on the left side. Over to Ivana Markovic. Acosta guarded very loosely by Kelly Schrouth. 8 on the shot clock, and Adriana Acosta called for a travel. That possession wasn't going anywhere, and it led to the 3rd turnover of the game. 7 minutes, 3 seconds to play in the first half. Shimko up to Schrouth. Schrouth has not taken a 3-pointer all year, but Caitlin Aylward really hassling her anywhere she goes. This is Gutierrez back to Schrouth. Long 2-pointer is no good. Off the back iron and rebounded by Aylward. So again, she hasn't taken a 3-pointer all year, but not afraid to expand her range a little bit that time. A long 2-pointer does not go. Here's Aylward. Backing down on Harris. Now picking up and out to Gieske. 10 to shoot. Gieske finds Markovic on the outside. Gieske with 5. Drives with the left hand. Banks it in. Good drive by Paige Gieske. She does an excellent job of getting to the rim. That's the 2nd time she's done it tonight. 4 points for the freshman. Harris at the foul line. Dribbles once, passes out to Alicia Gutierrez. Long 2 for Jayla Harris. No good, but rebounded by Schrouth. Gutierrez tries for 3. No. And Acosta this time is able to prevent Harris from coming in over the top. Acosta gets the rebound. 9-point lead for the Saints. And nearly a steal there for Gutierrez, who is called for the foul. First foul on Alicia Gutierrez. The 2nd of the quarter. 5:39 to play in the first half. Nicole Davidson is back in for St. Francis as Caitlin Aylward will get to take a rest for the first time. Sam Kirk is back in along with Maria Wiltsius for Cardinal Stritch. Acosta outside. Over to Markovic. Markovic dribbling with the left hand, picks it up at the elbow and passes outside to Gieske. Jordan will try a 3 with a hand in her face, no good. Another possession that just didn't have a lot of flow to it for St. Francis. Still they lead by 9. 5 minutes and some change to go in the first half. Schrouth, nice move, scores over Davidson. And Kelly Schrouth now has 8 points. Tied with Caitlin Aylward for the most in the game. Markovic has it poked away by Kelly Schrouth, who comes away with the steal. Cardinal Stritch on the run. Gutierrez pulls up, hands it off to Maria Wiltsius, who has to back it up. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gutierrez dribbles to the left, now drives to the right. Over Markovic, she lays it in. Alicia Gutierrez gets to the hoop. 5 points for her. And the St. Francis lead is down to 5. Markovic picks up her dribble and now needs some help from Paige Gieske. Davidson out to Markovic, all alone for 3, good. Ivana Markovic has hit twice from the outside and really making Cardinal Stritch pay in the zone defense. They've left her open a couple of times. 24-16, St. Francis. Gutierrez, up top Harris, left wing, this is Maria Wiltsius. In the paint, Wiltsius finds Schrouth, and Schrouth muscles her way to the hoop. Scores again. Kelly Schrouth has 10. She has been tough to stop today. Nicole Davidson floats it in for her first field goal of the game. 3 points overall. Still an 8-point lead for St. Francis. They've been able to answer any big offensive possession that Cardinal Stritch has had today. Wiltsius on the outside. Around a screen from Schrouth, passes to the left. This is Sam Kirk. Down low to Schrouth, out to Wiltsius. She picks up her dribble with 5 on the shot clock. Kirk weaves her way around a couple of defenders. Pull-up jumper, doesn't get the right bounce off the back of the rim. Here's Paige Gieske. Over to Nicole Davidson. Acosta on the right wing, up top Markovic, shot clock down to 10. Amari Jordan dribbles inside the arc, bounce down low to Davidson, who lays it in. Beautiful pass, Kamari Jordan, and Nicole Davidson has 5 points. This game moving with a nice flow now. Not had a break in a while. Caitlin Aylward's been waiting by that scores table for about 2.5 minutes, it seems. Wiltsius looking around, and pass from Sam Kirk is deflected, taken away by Gieske. 2-on-1. Paige Gieske takes it in herself and lays it in. Timeout called by Cardinal Stritch as the Saints have taken a 12-point lead, 30-18. Big play all around. Paige Gieske getting a steal, and with help following from Ivana Markovic, Gieske elected to take it in herself, and she was able to convert on the layup. 12-point lead for the Fighting Saints. They have once again gone on a good run here. Twice earlier in the game, they went on runs of 7-0. This is now 6 consecutive points for the Fighting Saints. And most of it, actually all 6 of those points, with Caitlin Aylward on the bench. Aylward checked out and then got set to come right back in. Steve Brooks always good about resting his players, just getting them out for a minute here and there. The players like Caitlin Aylward and Mari Jordan, who otherwise play pretty much the whole game routinely, trying to keep them fresh, but Aylward ended up being on the bench for a lot longer than anticipated just because the game went a few minutes without stopping, which is nothing to complain about. It's been fun. Good rhythm to this one. So a minute 58 to play. It's a 12-point lead for St. Francis. They come out with their 5 starters on the floor. For Cardinal Stritch, they give Kelly Schrouth a short rest. First time she's been on the bench today. Nicole Marquardt comes in for her. Sam Kirk, open 3, short. Rebound into the corner. Kirk trying to save it, but she stepped on the line. And Kirk nearly flew straight into the wall on the end line there, but she was able to kind of avoid the head-on collision on her dive. Nice effort by Sam Kirk, just couldn't finish it off. Saints have scored the last 6 points. And they're not going to add to it on this possession as the pass squirts through the fingertips of Nicole Davidson, and now an offensive foul on Nicole Marquardt. Saints are going to get the ball right back. Marquardt called for her first foul, throwing an elbow after getting the steal. Gieske inbounds to Aylward. Aylor dribbles inside, turns around, can't finish. Rebounded Jayla Harris. Here comes Tamia Stotts passing off to Wiltsius. Sam Kirk dribbles inside the three-point arc, backs it back outside. 11 on the shot clock. Kirk's in some trouble. Finally is able to bounce it away to Tamia Stotts. Stotts gets inside, throws up a wild runner and misses. Rebound to St. Francis, and it's Kamari Jordan leading the way. Jordan spins down low and travel. Kamari Jordan called for the walk. 46 seconds to play. Second quarter, 12-point lead St. Francis with Cardinal Stritch basketball. Wiltsius, guarded by Gieske, finds Harris at the free throw line. Power dribble down low, tried to keep it in bounds, and she can't. Kamari Jordan poked that ball away, and if Harris just let it go, probably would still have been Cardinal Stritch basketball. Jayla Harris tried to chase it down, grabbed at the ball, and it missed off her fingertips and out of bounds. So now the Saints with what will likely be their final possession of the half. There's about a second and a half separating the shot and game clocks here. Paige Gieske over to Ivana Markovic. 8 seconds on the clock. Gieske starts to drive the baseline. Gieske runs into a crowd, can't get the foul call. So that's how the first half will end. Sam Kirk's half-court heave does not count. And we have reached the midway point of the game. St. Francis scores the final 6 points of the half. Their defense, which has been dominant of late, off to another fine start today. They've held Cardinal Stritch to only 18 first half points. 20 minutes of basketball still to play. Saints will try to finish off the Cardinal Stritch Wolves for the second time this year. 30-18 is our score. I'll step aside for the break, but the second half commences in about 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere, at least don't go too far. Come on back, ready to go. In 15 minutes, we'll have the second half of action. St. Francis 30, Cardinal Stritch 18 at the break. Live from Joliet, Illinois, and the campus of the University of St. Francis here inside the Sullivan Center. It's time for Fighting Saints basketball. The 17th ranked Saints today take on the Cardinal Stritch University Wolves in a big CCAC matchup. Welcome to the broadcast. Terry Bonadonna here along with you for 40 minutes of hoops action. Saints come in at 15-7, Cardinal Stritch 14-7. They have met up once before this year, and St. Francis was victorious in that game back in November by a final of 76-70. Today they do battle in Joliet, and the Saints looking to make it a season sweep. They're in gold, going from right to left here in the first quarter. The Wolves are in black, going from left to right. It is Paige Gieske against Kelly Schrouth on a tip, and won by the freshman Gieske of St. Francis. They take the first possession of the game. Kamari Jordan in possession of the ball. Ivana Markovic along with her in the backcourt. Paige Gieske, Caitlin Aylward, and Nicole Davidson are in the front court tonight. 5 seconds gone off the shot clock so far. Swung around to the right side. Ivana Markovic down in the corner to Aylward. Caitlin Aylward passes into the corner. Markovic down low. Aylward, nice move to get around the defender, up and in. Nice move. Caitlin Aylward scores the first 2 points of the game. St. Francis has the quick lead. Aylward averaging just a shade under 16 points per game so far this season. Cardinal Stritch gets their first chance with the ball. Sam Kirk, Tamia Stotts, Lainey Buzan in the backcourt. The forwards are Maria Wiltsius and the star of the Wolves, Kelly Schrouth, leading the team in points and rebounds this year. This is Wiltsius on the drive, banks it up, no good. Offensive rebound, and Cardinal Stritch will try it again. There's Schrouth from about 10 feet away. Off the mark, rebound by Gieske, who starts to run but slows it down across the timeline. Just over a minute gone in the game, and a good start for St. Francis with a 2-0 advantage. Here's Kamari Jordan. Aylward guarded on the outside by Schrouth, puts it on the floor and passes off to Davidson. Aylward gets it back, long two, a little bit too strong. Rebound goes to Tamia Stotts. Wolves are on the move. Right side, Wiltsius, back to Stotts. Down low, it's Aylward deflecting the pass away from Schrouth, but picking up the loose ball and drawing the foul is the junior guard, Lainey Buzan. Ivana Markovic called for the foul, and that's the game's first, 1:35 seconds in. A near steal for Aylward and the Saints. Frustrating development there as they were unable to take the ball away, and then battling for that loose ball, Ivana Markovic is whistled for the foul. Wiltsius trying to get it in, having some trouble. It's deflected by Jordan and picked out of the air by Paige Gieske. Gieske ahead for Davidson, layup, no, but a foul. Nice defense twice in a row. St. Francis comes away with a deflection off of a Wolves pass. This foul is called on Lainey Buzan. Her first and the team's first, and Nicole Davidson is at the free throw line for 2 shots. First free throw rims out. Davidson coming off of one of the better games of her collegiate career. In a win against Roosevelt on Saturday, had a double-double with 11 points and 17 rebounds. She's got her first point of today's game. Saints lead by 3. Doing a nice job of being patient on offense and finding the holes in the Cardinal Stritch defense. Remember, Cardinal Stritch is the team that came into this game with the all-star post player, Kelly Schrouth, the reigning CCAC Player of the Week, leading scorer in the conference, and yet it is St. Francis outscoring Cardinal Stritch in the paint, 20-12, one of the biggest differences in the game so far. We're underway in the third period. St. Francis has the ball first. They've switched sides, of course, going from left to right, and it's Kamari Jordan in possession. Ivana Markovic now holds on the right wing, up top to Nicole Davidson. Kamari Jordan has it poked away by Tamia Stotts, but gets it right back. Jordan with 9 on the shot clock, passes off to the sophomore Aylward. Aylward spins down low, blocked by Schrouth, and Kirk comes away with the loose ball. Kaylin Aylward a little overambitious on that possession. Kirk fires to Stotts in the corner, and it sneaks right through her fingers. Stotts not able to catch that ball. Out of bounds, it's the 9th turnover of the game committed by Cardinal Stritch. So both teams come up empty on their first possession of the second half. St. Francis currently on a 6-0 run to end the first half, but they haven't scored in 3 minutes of game time. Gieske up top to Davidson. Now on the right wing, it's Ivana Markovic. Markovic looking down low for Kamari Jordan, but well covered by Tamia Stotts. Here's Aylward on the drive. Good ball movement, finds the hands of Paige Gieske, who drives and forces a little bit too hard off the backboard on the run. Gieske strips it out of the hands of Kelly Schrouth, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Cardinal Stritch after Schrouth had come away with that rebound. Kelly Schrouth entered play today, averaging 20.5 points, 9 rebounds per contest for the Wolves. 2-time CCAC Player of the Week, including this past week. She received the honors for a 1-1 Cardinal Stritch week in which she had a pair of double-doubles. Three-pointer for Kirk, no good. Rebounded by Ivana Markovic. The shooting woes continue for Cardinal Stritch. They are 2 of 11 from beyond the arc. Markovic fires outside to Aylward. Her three-pointer is good. Saints, on the other hand, now 4 of 7 for 3. Aylward becomes the first double-digit scorer for St. Francis, 11 points. Here's Lainey Buzan. Sat the vast majority of the first half after picking up 2 fouls, just 4 minutes in. Hoping to make a difference now that she's back on the floor for the second half, but she misses her first shot attempt, a three-pointer, rebounded by Maria Wiltsius. They'll try again from the outside. Sam Kirk misses the 3. Rebound tapped out to Paige Gieske. Back-to-back missed three-pointers for the Wolves. Now on the other end, it's Aylward weaving her way around the defenders and getting inside for the layup. Aylward's got 13. And the Saints are starting to pull away here. An 11-0 run to extend their lead to 17. A pass inside for Schrouth is intercepted. They've had some trouble getting the ball to her inside. Now down low for Aylward, going up against Wiltsius. Reverse layup, got the roll. Aylward again. She's got the last 7 points for the Saints. All of the points, in fact, in the third quarter. Kelly Schrouth inside, gets her own rebound and puts it back in. So that ends the 7-0 Caitlin Aylward run, and it snaps the St. Francis run at 13-0. Aylward got the defender to flop a little bit and an easy path to the hoop. 12 points for Schrouth. Aylward bounces low for Davidson. Davidson up and in, off the glass. Nicole Davidson's got 7. Saints are starting to get into a groove offensively. Their best scoring stretch of the day. Maria Wiltsius drives on Gieske, pulls up at the foul line and passes out to Stotts. Tamia Stotts swings it around to the left side. Sam Kirk looking down low. Kirk on the drive with the right hand. Floater through the lane, no good. Rebound to Aylward, knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. Last touched by Caitlin Aylward. She'll head out. Andriana Acosta will come in. Caitlin Aylward sits down with 15 points. Here's a drive. Putting up is Shimko, no good. Shimko struggling with her shot today. She's 0 for 4 from the field. That was her first 2-point attempt. Jordan in the corner, Acosta, long 2. Comes up short, rebounded by Shimko. 19-point game here, just under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Shimko over to the left side. Stotts drives and kicks to Buzan. Back into the corner. Jumper for Stotts misses, and Davidson pulls in the rebound. She was trying to pass it back to Ivana Markovic, but Stotts jumped in and knocked it out of bounds. So on the deflection, it is St. Francis basketball. Marta Gayer will come into the game for Tamia Stotts. First appearance today for the freshman from Zaragoza, Spain. One of 2 Spaniards on the team. Mael Gase is from Alicante. We've not seen her yet. Acosta over to Gieske. Right wing, it's Kamari Jordan. Gieske, left wing, 8 to shoot. Into Acosta. There's the drive. The floater misses. Rebound tapped over to Davidson, and the Saints will try again. A lot of bodies on the floor down underneath the basket when the possession started after that drive. That shot misses, and it's rebounded by Kamari Jordan. Saints will get a third chance on this possession. Gieske holds on the outside. Acosta will dribble it out and pass over to Markovic, looking inside for Davidson. Nicole Davidson can't corral it, lost out of bounds. St. Francis had 3 opportunities, but not able to come up with any points. Cardinal Stritch basketball. They've scored just 2 points so far in the third quarter, nearly 5.5 minutes in. Schrouth holds on the outside. She doesn't like to have the ball out there, so she gets rid of it quickly, gets back down low, guarded by Acosta. She hasn't touched the ball in the paint in a little while. Kamari Jordan strips it from Shimko, but the loose ball is chased down by Buzan. 6 on the shot clock. Gutierrez spins around Markovic and puts it in. Nice move by Alicia Gutierrez. She's got 7. Really the only one who's doing any scoring today for Cardinal Stritch outside of Kelly Schrouth. The 2 of them have combined for 19 of the 22 points. Kamari Jordan throws it away. Looking for Markovic, but overthrew her out of bounds. It's a turnover. And it's Cardinal Stritch basketball with the Saints making a couple of substitutions. Valen Aylward, Maddie Kennedy will come in after the timeout. Timeout called by Steve Brooks, a full timeout. 3:52 to play, third quarter. St. Francis 39, Cardinal Stritch 22. Cardinal Stritch just a half game worse than St. Francis overall. 14-7 compared to the Saints 15-7, but Saints still ranked number 17 in the country. Cardinal Stritch has dropped out of the top 25. They're just 8-6 in conference, currently in a 4-way tie for 4th place with Judson, Trinity Christian, and Robert Morris. Saints sitting pretty in 3rd place right now at 11-3. If they win this game, it puts them 4 games ahead of Cardinal Stritch with the tiebreaker over them, and it pretty much knocks Cardinal Stritch out of contention for 3rd place in the conference standings. But there's still a big battle for 4th place, and the Saints still have to go through Trinity Christian again this year, as well as Judson. You check that they do not play Judson again. Trinity Christian among those 4 teams that are locked up at 8-6 right now, so that'll be a big one coming up a week from today at Trinity Christian. But as far as the conference standings look right now, Saints 2 games behind Olivet. Hoping that Olivet loses 1 more game before they come here on February 14th, but even if they can't get up to the number 2 spot in the conference, in very good shape for number 3. Here's Alicia Gutierrez having the ball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds, and Gutierrez was the last one to touch it. So coming out of the timeout, a quick turnover committed by Cardinal Stritch. They've been outscored 9-4 so far in this quarter. Paige Gieske loses the ball, but Kamari Jordan is there to scoop it up. Jordan quiet so far offensively. She muscles that shot up and can't get the roll. Rebounded by Cardinal Stritch. Jordan a 15.5 point per game scorer. Stuck on 5 so far today, but the Saints haven't needed her offensive production much. They've dominated this game throughout. Shimko steps inside, 15-foot jumper, misses. Shimko continues to struggle with her shot. Wide open look there. Couldn't get it to go. Here's Acosta. Down to Kennedy. Kennedy dribbles it inside and loses it off her foot. Racing the other way is Marta Gayer, and it's knocked out of bounds. Still Wolves basketball. Allie Hernandez in for the Saints, and Paige Gieske sits down. It's Acosta, Jordan, Hernandez, Kennedy, and Aylward on the floor now for Steve Brooks. Gutierrez on the drive, stripped by Hernandez. Here comes Kamari Jordan, 2-on-2. Jordan takes it inside. Jordan lays it up. Yes, Kamari Jordan has 7. 19-point lead once again for St. Francis. This match is their largest. Shimko working inside, poked away by Jordan. A steal for the St. Francis senior. Trying to add to the Fighting Saints lead. It's Acosta. Passing it off to Jordan. 15 to shoot. Allie Hernandez. Jordan, step back 2. Got it. Perfect shot. Kamari Jordan on the jumper. Her foot was just over the line. So she's got 9 points now. Does not yet inch closer to that 3-point mark, because that was just a 2-pointer, but a 21-point lead now for the Saints. And finally, Shimko knocks one down from the outside. Wolves have been struggling all day from beyond the arc, but able to get the three-pointer there. St. Francis was just about doubling up Cardinal Stritch prior to that three-pointer. Stritch, though, still facing a big deficit as the Saints have possession here with 1.5 minutes to play in the quarter. Maddie Kennedy tries the long three. She comes up short, and the rebound goes to Gutierrez. Lob down the floor for Schrouth. It's Schrouth against Kennedy. Kennedy gets her hand on the ball, wraps it up, and forces the held ball. Great defensive play by Maddie Kennedy. It'll stay with Cardinal Stritch. That looked like an easy 2 points for a moment, and Kennedy allows the defense to get back and forces Cardinal Stritch to play this one in the half court. Wiltsius bounces the ball around. Caitlin Aylward frees up a path to the basket and drives in for the layup. Wiltsius has her first 2 points of the game. 16-point lead for St. Francis. Aylward. To Hernandez and off to the left wing. It's Paige Gieske. Final minute of the quarter. Maddie Kennedy finds Aylward on the right wing, and Aylward shuffled her feet. That's a travel. Timeout called by Steve Brooks. 43-27, St. Francis leads. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Saints outscored Cardinal Stritch 14-10 in the first quarter, 16-8 in the second, and 13-9 so far here in the third. So it's been pretty consistent for them. Just in total control of this game, and statistically the two teams pretty similar in most ways except for shooting. That's been the difference. St. Francis has gotten a lot of good shots off. 50% from the field, Cardinal Stritch at 30%, but Wolves have actually gotten more shots up thanks to 8 offensive rebounds. They've out-rebounded St. Francis, and they've committed a similar amount of turnovers, 13-10. This game kind of feels like a St. Francis blowout. It's a 16-point game with just under 11 minutes to play, and they've led by double digits for the entire second half. But Cardinal Stritch would be right in it if they could just knock down a few more of their open shots. They've gotten good looks at times, just haven't had a good night shooting the rock. This is Alicia Gutierrez. Gutierrez drives and draws the contact. Haven't seen a lot of fouls today. Two teams have combined on just 4 free throws so far. Make that 3 free throws. Saints are 1 of 2. The Wolves are 0 of 1. And Gutierrez hits her first, and now they're 1 of 2 also. Second foul shot, rims in. 2 points from the line for Gutierrez. She's got 9 points in the game. So the Wolves are on a little bit of a run here. Close out the quarter. They've scored the last 7 points. See if the Saints can put a stop to it before going into the final break. Caitlin Aylward on the outside with 11 on the shot clock. Up top to Kennedy. Back to Aylward. Aylward puts the ball on the floor and passes back to Kennedy. 5 to shoot. Maddie Kennedy gets inside, flips it up, and travels. So Cardinal Stritch already on a 7-0 run has a chance to really breathe life into their comeback effort here with the last shot of the third quarter. 8 seconds to play. Gutierrez across the timeline, crossing over the right side, 4 seconds. Gutierrez taking it all the way in, floats it over the hand of Caitlin Aylward, but can't hit the shot, and that will end the third quarter. 30 minutes down, 10 to go. Saints 43, Wolves 29. 10 minutes away from the win. The Saints will try to close it out after this short break. Caitlin Aylward scored the first 7 points of the third quarter for St. Francis. She leads the way with 15 points overall in the game on 7 of 11 shooting. Kamari Jordan's got 9, 7 points today for Nicole Davidson, and Ivana Markovic and Paige Gieske each have 6. Saints have not gotten a single point off their bench today. It's been just the 5 starters scoring, but they've still been able to spread the wealth around amongst those 5. As for Cardinal Stritch, they've only had 5 players score, and 3 of those 5 players have not scored more than 3 points. Kelly Schrouth has 12, 9 for Alicia Gutierrez, 3 apiece for Lainey Buzan and Kara Shimko, and Maria Wiltsius has 2 points. 43-29 our score as we start the 4th quarter. Ivana Markovic back in there for the Saints, as is Paige Gieske, so they'll start the quarter with their 5 starters on the floor. Markovic inbounds it to Paige Gieske. Point forward will start the quarter with the ball in her hands. Right side, Kamari Jordan. Jordan looking for Markovic, has her at the right elbow. Back outside, it's Gieske. 15 on the shot clock. Jordan guarded on the outside by Alicia Gutierrez. Lobbed in for Aylward. The ball stripped, but still loose and picked up by Gieske. 6 on the shot clock. Aylward squares up the 3-pointer. Comes up short. Rebounded by Kamari Jordan. Jordan loses the ball, and it's taken away by Cardinal Stritch. Wiltsius comes out of the fray with it. She's stripped by Ivana Markovic, but that's a foul. He's got a little bit too crazy down underneath there after Kamari Jordan came down with the offensive rebound. Lost the ball on her own. Ricocheted around a couple of times, and ultimately Cardinal Stritch came away with it, and Markovic called for her 2nd foul, just the 1st on the team. We did not see many fouls at all called in the 3rd quarter, and we've only seen 5 total free throws taken in the game. Gutierrez around a screen to her right. Pulls up at the free throw line, trying to cut down the lane, but has to get it outside to Sam Kirk. 3-pointer is good. It's now a 10-0 run for Cardinal Stritch, working their way back into the game. Sam Kirk is on the board, her first 3 points. 43-32. Aylward over to Gieske. Kamari Jordan passes off to Ivana Markovic. Thought about the 3, puts it on the floor instead. Out to Gieske. She does try the 3 and misses, but it's rebounded by Kamari Jordan. Jordan working her way down the baseline. Outside, they'll reset. Davidson back to Gieske. To Markovic on the left wing. Ivana Markovic throws it down into the corner for Gieske. Gieske cuts down the lane, lays it up and in. Paige Gieske has 8, and that snaps the 10-0 Cardinal Stritch run. Saints, who have led by as many as 21, up by 13 now with 8 minutes to play. Gutierrez drives, stripped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolves. Kara Shimko is back in the game for Cardinal Stritch. Marta Gayer inbounds. Freshman looking for Shimko, finds her on the outside. And it's Wiltsius, step back 2-pointer. Comes up short, long arms of Gieske come in with the rebound. Here's Gieske bouncing off to Jordan on the right wing. Kamari Jordan drives to that direction. Tries to bank it in and does. Looked a little out of control on the drive, but she controlled herself on the shot. 11 points for Kamari Jordan. Pull up 3-pointer. Gutierrez gets it to go. Cardinal Stritch suddenly hot from the outside, and a timeout called by Cardinal Stritch, a 30-second timeout. The Wolves were just 2 of 12 to start the game from 3-point range. They've hit 3 of 4 since then. 5 of 16 now for the game. 31%. Saints have cooled down from behind the 3-point line. They were 4 of 7, but have now missed their last 3. Still shooting 50% overall for the game. 2 Saints are in double figures. Caitlin Aylward now at 15, and Kamari Jordan 11 points and 6 rebounds for Jordan. Not typically a huge rebounder. She averages about 4 per contest. Jordan has also got a team-high 3 assists. She's had a really nice all-around game. Those 11 points have come on 5 of 9 shooting. So it hasn't been a really flashy game for the senior guard, but just good up and down the board. 7.5 minutes to play. It's Paige Gieske. Passing off to Nicole Davidson. Markovic up top. Saints running some clock here, as they are wont to do. This is Jordan on the drive. Pulls up, turnaround jumper, misses short, rebound tapped, but brought in by Cardinal Stritch. Alicia Gutierrez flying down the floor. Crosses over on Jordan and passes off to Kelly Schrouth. Schrouth double teamed and fouled. Fouled by Kamari Jordan, who is livid about that call. And referee trying to get her to calm down. Kamari Jordan thought she had gotten the ball there. 12-point lead for St. Francis. And Kamari Jordan has just been given a technical foul. Steve Brooks not too happy with Kamari Jordan's behavior right now. Obviously frustrated with a foul call. That's a technical they cannot afford to have her pick up. 12-point lead. This, remember, was a 21-point game just a few minutes ago. So Cardinal Stritch is chipping away at it. They're keeping themselves alive, and now they've got a couple of free chances in the free throw line, and then look at the ball as Kara Shimko hits on the first free throw. Very costly technical foul there. And Shimko hits on the second. She's got 5 points. The lead is down to 10. This is as close as it has been in the second half. Kamari Jordan is still yelling at the officials from the bench. And now the officials are going to go over and check on things. It looks like, Kamari's just not settled down at all. She's being pulled away from the team's bench right now, just to try to get her to cool off. And finally, they're going to resume play, but without Kamari Jordan. She might be out for a while, the way that she's acting on the sideline right now. Here comes Alicia Gutierrez to the basket. Layup misses and rebounded by Caitlin Aylward. That's a big stop for the Saints. Nearly turned into a 4-point possession at a critical moment in the game. Aylward to Davidson. Back out to Caitlin Aylward, who traveled. It's the second time Caitlin Aylward has done that today. Just her feet a little bit too quick for her. The lead is just 10 as Cardinal Stritch takes the ball. Alicia Gutierrez. Kara Shimko off to the left side. 3-point attempt. Misses. And a big stop once again. Although Gaillard did get a pretty good look. Just couldn't connect on the three. Here's Maddie Kennedy. Saints offense has gone cold. Trying to turn that around here. Gieske out to Markovic. Ivana Markovic cuts inside, lobs it down low for Aylward. The pass was deflected, but it found Caitlin just the same. She's able to lay it in, and Aylward has her first points of the fourth quarter. 17 for the game. Shimko off to Gaillard. Wiltsius for three, no good. Gieske battling for the rebound and foul. Kara Shimko gets called for the foul. It's her first, just the first on the team. And then Gutierrez is able to deflect that pass out of bounds. No time went off the clock there. Saints will inbound it again. Gieske this time not able to run the baseline. Not that she did before. Lainey Buzan back in. Maria Wiltsius grabs the seat. And the Saints able to get past that light pressure, although as Gieske approaches half court, she has the ball stripped by Buzan and knocked out of bounds. Saints will inbound it from the sideline, 23 on the shot clock. Inbound to the backcourt to Caitlin Aylward. Maddie Kennedy off to the left side, and Paige Gieske. Gieske over to Markovic. 6 on the shot clock. Gieske along the baseline, and we have here, I think, a 3-second violation against St. Francis. Caitlin Aylward camped out down low. It's another empty possession for St. Francis. They have had some trouble putting the ball in the basket of late. Still the lead is 12. Cardinal Stritch hanging around, but still a long way to go. Bounce down low for Kelly Schrouth. Schrouth going up against Aylward. No. Good defense by Aylward. Then Davidson taps that rebound right back over to Aylward. She'll take it down the floor. Saints struggling right now on offense, but their defense has held strong. Number 1 defense in the conference this season. And they're showing why today, holding Cardinal Stritch to just 37 points so far. Markovic fakes the shot, takes a dribble, now fires the 3 way off, and rebounded by Shimko of the Wolves. Cardinal Stritch across half court. It's Gutierrez to Schrouth at the top. Kelly Schrouth drives around the screen, loses the ball out of bounds. That's not really Kelly Schrouth's game.
Let's go, Saints!
And it's a turnover, St. Francis possession. Schrouth's had a good game, but not really by her standards. 12 points, she had 30 last time these two teams met. That was a game that St. Francis won, 76-70. Kaylin Aylward going up, no good, over Lainey Buzan, and rebounded by Cardinal Stritch. Here's Schrouth underneath, triple team, kicks it out to the open shooter. Buzan for 3, good. And then a timeout called by Cardinal Stritch. 30-second timeout. They have cut the deficit to single digits, 49-40. This is the first time since the first half that Cardinal Stritch has been within 10 points of St. Francis. With Kamari Jordan out of the game right now, Saints searching for a little more offense. Caitlin Aylward's been their go-to shooter throughout this game, but she's missed on her last couple. 8 of 14 from the field for the game. Paige Gieski's had a nice game offensively. 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Saints shooting 48%. The first time in a while that they've been below 50% shooting for the game. They've had a great shooting night overall, and this is a Saints team that really hangs their hat on defense, allowing just 60 points per game, and that number significantly better than that in conference, just 57 points per game in conference. Again, number 1 defense in the CCAC. But they're shooting just 43% as a team this year, so after a very good start to today's game, starting to regress a little bit to their average. That ball slipped through the hands of Davidson, but Gieske there to clean it up, and the Saints still have an opportunity on this possession. Aylward over to Davidson on the drive and kick. It's Maddie Kennedy. Kennedy fires it down to Aylward in the corner. 3-pointer is good. Caitlin Aylward, 20 points in the game. That is her second 3-pointer. And the lead is back up to 12 with just over 3 minutes to play. A huge shot for Aylward. And Aylward, a big defensive play as she jumps in front of Kelly Schrouth and comes away with the steal, and now wisely pulls it back. She was going 1-on-3, and instead of taking it into the defense, they'll run another 20 seconds off the clock if they can, and they can't. Nice defensive play by Alicia Gutierrez, ripping the ball away and getting it off to Kelly Schrouth. 3-pointer Buzan is good. So the defensive play by Cardinal Stritch sets up the 3-pointer from Buzan, and what a huge turn of events. The Saints had the ball with a 12-point lead, looking to run some clock. They could have gotten clock down to about 2:30 and ideally hit a shot and taken a 14 or 15-point lead. Instead, Cardinal Stritch comes away with a big steal and an even quicker 3 on the other end. And the lead is down to 9 with 2:45 to play. Cardinal Stritch is doing just enough to make this game interesting right now. They have not gone on a big run. They did have a 10-0 run wrapped around the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth. But they never got really hot from the field at any point. It was kind of a methodical 10-0 run. They just chipped away at what was once a 21-point game. And they've kept it within striking distance. A 9-point lead for St. Francis now, and Cardinal Stritch puts on the full court press. No problem for Maddie Kennedy and company. Davidson. Inside for Gieske, nearly lost her balance, but got it out to Elward for three, not this time. Offensive rebound, Paige Gieske. Well, we got a whistle here and a foul called on Cardinal Stritch. It's on Kara Shimko. It's her second, and just the second on the team. Here's Caitlin Elward. Bouncing to Gieske at the elbow. Back to Elward, she loses it. And picked up by Cardinal Stritch. Driving the length of the floor. Gaillard gives it up. Schrouth blocked underneath. Saints come away with it. It's Maddie Kennedy. Clock ticking down to 2 minutes now. Paige Gieske pulls up around the screen and passes it off down low to Elward. Elward's wrapped up. Shot doesn't go, but she'll get 2 free throws. It's the first time since the first quarter that St. Francis has gone to the free throw line. Nicole Davidson hit 1 of 2. I think that was in the first minute or 2 of the game. Elward's first free throw is good. Up to 21 points now for the evening. Caitlin Elward's second attempt, right there, 2 of 2. Saints lead is back up to 11. Now just a minute 50 away from the win. Kelly Schrouth kicks it outside. Gutierrez down low looking for Schrouth, who is grabbed. Foul called. I think they're going to get Markovic here. That is the 5th team foul, so that puts Cardinal Stritch in the bonus, and Kelly Schrouth gets to go to the free throw line. First shot from Schrouth, rattles around and falls. Kelly Schrouth this season, 68% shooter from the field, but only 58% from the free throw line. And she hits them both this time. Not always the worst idea to send her to the line. You're more likely to get points out of her if you just play defense straight up, but that time she does make the Saints pay from the line, 2 of 2. It's a 9-point game. We're getting late though. The Saints are running some more time. 20 seconds already gone on this possession. 8 on the shot clock. Here is Maddie Kennedy with 5 to shoot. Into Elward. Elward, turnaround, rolls it up and in. Underhand, Caitlin Elward. Nice kiss off the glass. Again, the lead is 11, and we've got just 60 seconds to play. Here's Buzan. Down low, Schrouth this time shakes free. Caitlin Elward and scores. 53 seconds left. Saints get it into Davidson. Schrouth bumps Davidson. That's just the 4th team foul. So it will not send St. Francis to the line yet. Tamia Stotts back in for Kelly Schrouth. That was the 3rd foul on Schrouth. And in the final minute of a 9-point game with, you figure, Cardinal Stritch in position to start fouling. They'd rather not let Schrouth pick up another careless one like that. Steve Brooks called the team over to the bench, and now the referees are calling them back over. Not sure what the delay was there, but here's Maddie Kennedy. Kennedy gives it up to Elward, and Elward is bumped by Tamia Stotts. Stotts going hard for the steal, couldn't come up with it, and she ends up with the foul, but this is a spot here for Cardinal Stritch where they've got to stop the clock anyway, so you don't mind that from Stotts if you're John Foffel. It's kind of what you have to go for right now. If you can't get the steal, you got to foul. Caitlin Elward hit 2 of 2 a moment ago, and now she's 3 of 3 from the line today. Lead is 10. Schrouth back in for offense, as is Maria Wiltsius. Nicole Davidson, the only rebounder Down there with Caitlin Aylward right now. The other 3 defenders are getting back to prevent the run out. Aylward hits them both again. She's been clutch from the free throw line. 26 points in the game now for Aylward. Cardinal Stritch needs a bucket. They need it fast. Clock down to 36 seconds. This is Shimko on the outside. Passing off to Wiltsey. It's open 3, in and out. Rebound Davidson, and that should do it for St. Francis. Davidson gives it up to Aylward. And across half court, we'll see if Cardinal Stritch elects to foul here. It doesn't look like it. Going to let the clock run out. And St. Francis is going to get out of here with a big conference victory. Paige Gieske walks it back to half court and dribbles out the clock. 58-47 will be our final. And there's the buzzer right here. A little ahead of myself, but St. Francis wins it, 58-47. A great start offensively and defensively for St. Francis. They slowed down. Things were a little bit tough in the fourth quarter, but they never let Cardinal Stritch get closer than 9. And the Saints get out of here with a big, much-needed victory, improving to 12-3 in conference and solidifying their spot among the top 3 teams. They're right there now with St. Xavier and Olivet Nazarene. It's looking more and more every day like those are going to be your top 3 teams when we get into the conference tournament late next month. Saints improved to 16-7 overall. Cardinal Stritch falls to 14-8. 8-7 in conference. The Wolves playing without their number 2 scorer today, Miranda Hubrechts, really put up a good fight. Just didn't have enough in the tank in the end to make that run that they needed to against the Fighting Saints. Let's take a look at some of the final stats for today's game. Saints shot 49% from the field. Cardinal Stritch finished the game at just 32%. Saints ended up out-rebounding the Wolves 33-28. Saints were actually trailing in that category for much of the game. They turned the ball over 16 times, Cardinal Stritch 15 times. Leading scorer today, Caitlin Aylward, 26 points to go along with a team-high 6 rebounds. Aylward, the big difference in this one, she was actually right there neck and neck with Cardinal Stritch's total team point total for much of the game, but the Wolves went on a good run in the fourth quarter and ended up with the 47 points. Still, though, St. Francis entered the game averaging just 57 points per game in conference, and they hold another opponent under 50. They've now held the last 4 teams that they've played to 50 points or fewer. They are on a great run on the defensive side right now. Cardinal Stritch was led by Kelly Schrouth, who had 16 points and 4 rebounds. Pretty good numbers, but very pedestrian by her standards. She came in averaging 21 and 9 per game and was named the CCAC Player of the Week for back-to-back double-doubles last week. But the Saints really did a nice job of holding her in check. It's not that they didn't allow her to shoot well. She was 7 of 11 from the field, but they just didn't let her get the ball nearly as often as the Wolves wanted to get it to her. So really an excellent defensive plan today from Steve Brooks and the Fighting Saints. Saints, by the way, also got 11.6 rebounds from Kamari Jordan, but Jordan kind of marred that performance a little bit. She left the game midway through the fourth quarter after picking up a technical foul and then throwing a tantrum on the bench that got her left on the bench for the rest of the game. Saints also got 8 points and 5 rebounds from Paige Gieske, 7 points for Nicole Davidson, and 6 for Ivana Markovic. They didn't get any points from the bench today, but good minutes from Maddie Kennedy and Andriana Acosta. Again, the Saints improved to 16-7 with the win. They're now 12-3 in conference, and they are back at it on Saturday at Governor State. Back-to-back games on the road at Governor State, Trinity Christian, and then their final 3 will be here at home Saturday, February 10th, their next game at the Sullivan Center. That's a 1 o'clock start time against Holy Cross. Hopefully you're out here for it. If not, we'll have the broadcast for you here on the St. Francis YouTube channel, accessible through GoFightingSaints.com. Hope you join us for that. Until then, time to say goodbye. The men's game against Cardinal Stritch coming up next, so come right back to the St. Francis YouTube channel for that one in about a half hour. For right now, time to say goodbye. St. Francis 58, Cardinal Stritch 47. Until next time, Terry Bonadonna signing off for St. Francis. Talk to you soon.